To all of my movie fans and moviegoers out there, yes, it's a very slow weekend of movies right now. But hey, there's a movie out that takes the purge and werewolves and puts them together. No, like seriously, this is the purge meets werewolves. Werewolves stars Frank Grillo and is about two scientists try to stop a mutation that turns people into werewolves after being touched by a supermoon the year before. From director Stephen C. Miller, with his other work not very recognizable to me, but I have seen the 2012 remake of Silent Night that he did, we're talking his brand new film, Werewolves. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of this movie. I have not. I've never seen a trailer for this movie, but it had a really sick poster and Frank Grillo was attached to it. And I was like, I like werewolves. I like vampires a lot more, but werewolf movies, if you honestly look at it, there's not a ton of really good ones. There's a few, but not a ton. And so this movie really is, like I'm truly saying it, it is The Purge meets werewolves. That's it. And if you like that idea, go see it. And it's a very small indie movie. You watch this movie, you can tell. But I have to give it up to everyone who helped make this movie because, man, they knew what they were making and they made it in the most fun possible way. And I had a good time with Werewolves. Now, beginning with the positives, the practical makeup effects they did is really impressive. Now, not all of it is practical, but I would say a good 60% of it is, 40% being CGI, and I gotta give it up to him. It looks pretty good. There's a few times where like the fast movement, you can kind of tell it's a suit, but I loved seeing the practical suits. It's just really cool to see, and them using CGI when needed, I liked. Now, not the CGI wasn't great. There was a few times I'm like, yeah, it's not really good. But honestly, I don't even care. Like, they use enough practical makeup effects using CGI when they're transforming into werewolves. I was fine with it. It was pretty sick looking. This movie does a really good job with its werewolves. And all of the action scenes, this feels like a just 80s bloodbath werewolf movie, and that's really cool, man. I was having a good time with this movie and just really admiring the movie because this is an indie movie. This is a small movie, and Frank Grillo, as our main lead, he plays the same character he is in every movie I've seen him in. They try to make him a scientist, which I did not buy. I was like, yeah, no. You can be the guy that's like killing these werewolves and being a badass. That's fine with me. But the whole scientist aspect, that wasn't working for me. And so this movie, like the idea of it is they basically are trying to do this experiment with people who can't, everyone turns into a werewolf, but they have like this spray that they spray on them the entire movie so they don't turn. But the people they are doing experimenting on, they break out, and now we have werewolves running through the night while this full moon is out. And it does a really cool job playing with the lore of werewolves. I always admiring that. I like when movies take chances on different ideas that we always know. And with werewolves, they give it the idea of like, everyone's a werewolf. This special moon is happening after 1 year because everyone is a werewolf, but there's a spray, there's different types of werewolves. And the movie does a really good job setting up the scenario of like, we are in danger because everyone here can turn. And so the people who have turned are a big problem. And so we also have this subplot with people who are in this, like the sister who are stuck in this house, whatever, and there's werewolves trying to get in, which is kind of a mistake because throughout the whole movie, we see werewolves like break through buses, walls, and are super strong. But these werewolves couldn't break through a house that's just basically wood. And I'm just like, yeah, no, there's a little plot hole there. But like, this is stuff that you really don't go for this movie, you nitpicking. Like, this movie is guns, blood, werewolves, and some cool horror shots. There's a really cool shot with a girl walking into like her house, and then she walks back, and there's a werewolf just standing there looking at her. Really cool stuff, and it's a practical werewolf. So like, the movie knows what it is. It's delivering it in the most plain, obvious way. You get a ton of werewolves practical, CGI, Frank Grillo. There's a scene where he's on a freaking turret, and he says a one-liner. Is it cheesy? Yeah, but that's this movie, and I had a good time. Yeah, there's plot stuff in this movie that makes no sense. Yes, there's characters you can predict exactly what's going to happen to them, and you can predict this entire freaking movie. You know how this third act is going to happen, and how it happens is exactly how it happens. And I walk away saying you did what you did in a really cool way. I'm going to give Werewolves a B. And I feel really good about that B because this is a B movie. It is a B movie, and it's a fun B movie. But I will say it's not for everybody. This movie is not for people who want deep character study with really good filmmaking. There is good filmmaking, but it's also Frank Grillo on a turret shooting werewolves. What else do you want? And guys enjoy this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.